Millionaire. Sounds like a far off dream, right? It's actually more realistic than you think. With working hard and intentional planning, you can become an everyday millionaire. One way by doing that is by using a little money magic called compound interest. Albert Einstein himself once said that compound interest is the most powerful force in the universe. Einstein suggested that compound interest can really work in your favor or against you. You're either earning from it or you're paying it. And at the end of the day, the choice is yours. If you use it to your advantage with your investment, it will make all the difference over the long term. In simple terms, compound interest means that you begin to earn interest on the interest you have already received, which then in turn multiplies your money at an extreme rate. And this is the reason why many top investors succeed, like Warren Buffett. But you don't have to be Warren Buffett to take advantage of compound interest. You at home could literally open up a brokerage account and start taking advantage of compound interest. So now that I kind of give an introduction, talked about, what is compound interest, I want to talk about how much money do you really need to become a millionaire using compound interest. This is probably my favorite part of the video because this is when everyone's jaws are going to drop. Like, for reals, it's pretty shocking, how little money you actually need to be able to become a millionaire one day. And this is just one sort of investment. Obviously, there's other investments. You could start a business, you can invest into real estate. You could also invest into growth stocks, value stocks, ETFs, mutual funds. This is just one way that you can become a millionaire, and it's probably the easiest way. All right, so follow along with me in the screen. This is going to be very important that you see this visually. Okay, so this is just a simple compound interest calculator. There's so many online on Google. You could just type up compound interest calculator and you'll find a bunch of them. All right, so if you guys follow along with me in this compound interest calculator, you'll see that step one is to just put your initial investment. So I just put $1. Anyone has $1. Do you have $1? I have $1. Maybe I don't have $1 in my pocket, but I have $1. I think everyone has $1. All right, and now step two, contribute. Let's just say you put $500 a month, okay? For the next length of time, 35 years. So let's just say right now you're 20 years old. For the next 35 years, you'll be 55. Step three is the estimated, average interest rate. Historically, the stock market has averaged 10%, so I'm gonna just leave it at 10%. And the last step is the compound frequency. I'll leave it annually when you calculate it. So the results are in. In 35 years, you would have $1.6 million. All right, I'm gonna click right here where it says show table because I wanna show you guys visually how your money starts growing dramatically. As you can see, the first year is just 6,001. with 10 cents, and then the second year 12,000, 19, 27, 36, 40. Once it passes the 100,000, it just keeps growing like crazy. As you can see, once it hits 1.6 million after year 35. But in reality, all you contributed was $210,000. You see how powerful compound interest really is? So what this means is if you would have just done the same thing and putting those $500 into your savings account, which that's what a lot of people tell you, save your money, budget, save your money. But they're totally wrong. Don't put your money in the bank. Yes, have an emergency fund. Have some money in the bank in case of emergency. You need to cover some costs. I'm not saying don't have any money in the bank. You gotta have some money in the bank in case of an emergency. You gotta have liquid cash in case something comes up, an emergency, medical bill, whatever it is. But don't put all your money there. Don't put all your lifetime savings there. This is where compound interest comes in clutch, guys. Look at this. If you would have just left your money in the bank, you would have had $210,000. It's not a little bit of money. It's a lot of money still. But just imagine being 55 years old. What would you rather have? 1.6 million or 210,000? And keep in mind, guys, this is with just putting $500 into, like, for example, a Roth IRA, something like that. Now imagine putting even more into like mutual funds, into ETFs, into growth stocks, value stocks, just in general, taking advantage of investing your money, making your money work for you, let it grow for you. That way, over time, you will be able to build not just wealth for yourself, but generational wealth. Just imagine the impact you will be able to leave behind, the legacy that you will leave behind. And this is not about ego. This is not about pride. This is about being able to give back. I see making more money as an ability to give more, because when you have less, how can you give when you don't have anything to give or to offer, right? That's why I see creating wealth as a blessing for others. Not any way selfish, but a blessing for others. And that's my personal opinion. But now going back to compound interest. There's 3 key things that will determine how much money you make off of compound interest. The first thing that determines your compound interest returns is the interest rate that you earn on your investment or the profit that you earn. For example, if you're investing into stocks, this would be the capital gains or the dividends that you get from investing into these stocks. The second thing that determines the amount of money you make off of compound interest is the time or the age that you start investing. And that is why if you're watching this and you're young, start now. Take advantage of the time you have. Time is your biggest asset, especially when it comes to compound interest. The more time you give your money to compound on itself, the more money you will end up having. And it's okay if you don't have a lot of money right now. The most important thing that you gotta understand is time. Just start, just do it. Even if it's just, a couple $100 a month, $200, $100, just do it. And the third thing that determines your compound interest return is the tax rate. Now, if you're investing into the stock market, just know that there's capital gains tax. And before you get scared and say, no, tax is gonna ruin my compound interest earnings. No! There are other ways. Calm down. Calm down. This is why accounts such as a traditional IRA or Roth IRA or 401ks are so important. Who doesn't love growing their money tax-free? Take advantage of Roth IRAs. Take advantage of your 401k if they offer it at your job. I won't go too much in depth into what these mean because the main focus on this video is compound interest. But I will make a video explaining those. That way you have a better understanding of what is a Roth IRA, traditional IRA, 401k, and how I could use those to my advantage. I really want to talk about the importance that anyone can do this. And it's really sad to me that they don't teach this powerful concept in schools. Like they teach you how to read, they teach you how to do math, they teach you about science. Sometimes they teach you stuff that you don't even ever use in your everyday life, but something that would impact your life, not just your life, but generations behind you, they don't teach you. Why? But I'm glad you're watching this video and you're on this channel learning and educating yourself, and you're empowering yourself and future generations. And all I ask from you guys is if you can hit that subscribe button, like this video, comment down below, what do you plan to do for the next 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years? How do you plan to grow your wealth? And then going back to what I was talking about, I kind of hinted at this earlier in the video where there's other ways to becoming a millionaire. You could do real estate, you could start your own business. You don't have to just invest into Roth IRAs. There's mutual funds, there's ETFs, there's growth stocks, there's value stocks. There's just so many ways to build wealth. But in my opinion, investing into Roth IRAs using compound interest can make anyone an everyday millionaire. A lot of millionaires don't come from money. A lot of them don't make $1 million a year to become a millionaire. Or some of them aren't even business owners. A lot of them are everyday people. They were smart with their money. They saved, but they didn't just save to save. They saved to invest. They took advantage of 401ks. They allowed their money to grow, to compound on itself. They allowed to use the power of compound interest. It's just such a powerful tool that a lot of people do not take advantage of. I hope you that are watching, after watching this video, do more research, find out more about compound interest, how you can put your money into something like a Roth IRA, maybe mutual fund, ETFs, and watch your money grow literally right before your eyes. It's gonna take some time, but be patient. Anyone that's successful in life will tell you this. They didn't do it overnight. They did it with hard work, with patience, with faith, and consistency. You gotta be consistent. And all of this also helps so by the time you retire, you have financial stability, independence, and you're good. You don't have to depend on your children. You don't have to depend on the government, but you have your own money, you're good, your money is growing, compound interest. So now, in conclusion to everything that we've been talking about, I just wanna wrap it all up. And maybe it was a lot of information for you to take in. Maybe you already knew this. Whatever the case may be, I'm really proud that you watched this video because now you have the education, you have the tools, you're empowered to go and build wealth. And you know what? Subscribe to the channel. That way you can learn different ways that you can build wealth. You can motivate yourself, motivate others, inspire, discipline yourself. And that's what the purpose of this channel is. My goal is to be able to teach what schools didn't teach, financial education, to as much people as possible. And I'm glad that you're with me today as we talk about compound interest and how it could lead to financial independence. And you know what? Financial independence has 3 factors. Start saving now, Save as much as you can and invest it well, because the sooner that you get the wonder of compound interest working for you, the sooner you will reach your financial dreams. Compound interest is your golden ticket to financial independence. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button, like button, comment down below. What is your plan to reach financial independence? I'll see you guys in the next video.